Welcome to Shooting Shit with Rhonda and T. What's up, y'all? We got your boy Didi here. Didi, you want to tell him something?
Smash that down the bus, subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. Bye. So, growing up hip hop finale. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad. Sometimes, like, by the time you get to the end, you be like, yes, finale. Let's wrap it up.
You know what? I was shocked. I was like, oh, this the finale? I don't know. It didn't drag like Married to Medicine and them to me.
Well, that was a whole.
Over that in Atlanta.
Thing.
And Atlanta Housewives. I was so over them too.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, not for nothing. This has kind of been the TT rumor, the TT cheating rumor situation.
Yeah. That we still to the bottom of
which, the show opens with Egypt and Sam's performance.
Egypt and Sam.
Because that nigga was performing.
Oh, God.
I mean, she was all right. I don't know what she was saying. I don't know what that song was about.
It was just all right. He was trying to sabotage it, I feel like.
He was what?
He was trying to sabotage the performance, I feel like. Like, he was trying to sing over her. He said, go up the stairs like we rehearsed. Before she even went up the stairs, you know? That was horrible.
He just wanted everybody to be clear. And I'm sure we've both been to a lot of shows where we've seen the performers perform. I ain't seen no choreographer. I haven't seen no creative director dancing around in front of the stage. Like, you put your artist out there and you let it ride.
Exactly.
So we know Sam is full of shit. And yeah, her performance was like, I don't know what that song was. So
I don't either. It was all right. It wasn't like how they was acting like they was blown away. It's all right.
No, she got good feedback. And your mom was one of the judges. So what? And my mother's a judge.
What's his name? Luke trying to hit your mama. So he want
to smash Pep. So he gonna say something.
He was gonna be Team Egypt.
Never in my life do I want to vision Luke and Pep smashing. That's nasty.
And Brad was like, you could tell she didn't like the song because she was like, did you write that?
Well, that and the fact that Sam was behind her, performing, she was like, will you sit the fuck down? Like,
man.
Bree got good feedback. So, honestly, out of all of them, the only one I'd want to hear more of is Bree.
Bree, I said that too. I felt like Bree was the best one there.
And saying that, they ended up doing a 3-way tie with Foolie, Jay, and Egypt.
Corny.
Jack, whatever.
Corny. Bree made me want to get a glass of wine, sit back.
I wanted to see Laura Free. They didn't give it to her because she wasn't actually there, but we know why she wasn't there.
That's a setup.
And to be honest, I felt like Sequoia did a better job. Like, what?
I did too.
Hers was definitely, after Bree, was the best performance of the people in the building.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Um,
She had a little flow with her. She was a little dancing.
yeah, she had a little something going on. I think her foolishness overshadowed her performance.
Yeah.
Speaking of her foolishness, she's still mad that the girl said which one is the mama. So she gonna go over there and confront Denise about that shit, which I cannot see myself as a whole adult walking over to somebody 30 minutes after the conversation or however long. Had to be hours, honestly, after the whole performance. It had to be a long time. You go walk over there and ask this girl, what did you mean by that? When I'm out with Kylie, people say that stuff all the time. Y'all look like sisters. I know better than that. Calm down. And I'm sure she's not offended when somebody says that. It's just, you know, people trying to gas your mama. Let her have it. Come on. Then she said, was that an eye roll? Who is these people with the eye roll? Yes, bitch, that was the eye roll because I feel like this is really stupid. Like, I don't even know you.
But you're right. You're right, though. Denise let it be known that she had already knew about this girl. And you said that last week. And she said that. So it was a little something in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said last week. She already knew about it. And then Savannah went back and said something.
This girl came here wanting to smoke with Angela. So Angela wasn't there. So you just gonna go after the next best thing. Because you thought Denise was a punk. I think you found out that's not necessarily true.
Once again, though, Savannah, you are the bone collector. Quit going back telling everybody shit. Stop it. Stop it.
I mean, I guess like on that note, though, I probably would have told Creed, like, that's my friend. I probably would, I would have told you, girl, I went to the studio. The difference is you wouldn't have said, you would have been like, I heard this and Rhonda told me that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said, or I would have been like, remind me, let me tell you about something when we leave.
But we're done. Yeah.
Like just watch a little interaction and we'll talk about that later.
Like at when I was there.
Yeah, you know. See, but it was nothing needed to be said. We had a conversation later. Then you like, oh
right.
Yeah.
Denise told her she doesn't like her tone and that she could get checked. Denise.
No, baby.
You're pregnant. Like
I was a little upset because she has the little high risk pregnancy and I wanted her to calm down. But on the same note,
don't fuck with Mama Bear because that's how you get.
And your hormones be like right there. You know what I'm saying? You might cry or you might snap. So I was like, I want her to calm down, but when them hormones is like that, you can't control that.
Yeah.
I think that's where she was at. Because I've been there.
She was like, I don't know you. I don't know this nigga. I'm sitting here and this is my husband's event. And now this crazy ass girl coming over here asking me about some nonsense.
I already told you I was nothing offensive. Like we just squashed that.
How many times
girl look like, woo,
did
like
that happen when you and Diamond go out? I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she
go to her job. Oh my God, that's
right. And she's not somewhere going, what do you mean?
Yeah. But she had an issue with them. It was
she had an issue with them. Dennis haven't picked up a glass. Is she for real? That's what we're doing?
Now see, because now I will be ready to fight because you're not gonna throw shit at me.
Well, Denise was with the smoke because she definitely didn't back down after that. They had to drag her over there. Angela's not even there. And where was Vanessa? So you mean to tell me
where was Vanessa? Was Vanessa there?
She was not.
Oh,
she was not there
at the event and Vanessa didn't come?
You're not supporting?
It was in Vegas.
Maybe they should pick a city because the whole time during this thing, they'd be like in New Jersey, in Miami, in Las Vegas. I'm like, what the hell? This is the international hip hop.
For that bull, because that was some Boo, what we saw.
That showcase?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have flew to Vegas for that.
absolutely not.
To be honest, I feel like JoJo honestly would have had a better situation in New York.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're from. You probably would have got more support. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that venue was empty.
Was that supposed to be the best of the best that y'all pulled out, even them artists? That was supposed to be the best?
They didn't pull out anything because Savannah went down to the studio and ran and brought somebody who was actually the best performer. So that part. We move on to TT and her mother. They're taking notes to prepare for this meeting that they're about to have.
I'm like, do y'all have to have a whole glam squad for a family meeting? They was getting dressed like they was.
Well, now that you say that, TT was getting her hair curled by some girl that looked like me. I was like, that look kind of like me back there. With a short blonde hair.
Right.
Vanessa and Creed meet up. Creed big old donkey booty busted the chair.
Creed donkey booty is out of control.
It's a nice booty, but it broke the damn chair.
I ain't mad at her
though. Creed fills Vanessa in on the team that happened at the showcase. So obviously she wasn't there if Creed had to tell her. Where's she at? In Miami. Why is she in Miami? So you can fly to Miami to do yet another swimsuit photo shoot. With
y'all
Angela.
did this. This is so deja vu. Y'all just did this last season. The same exact conversation, the same exact, I don't know if I want to. Same thing.
I really think Angela and Vanessa need to go. Like they just need to go.
Yeah. Keep JoJo. But
yeah, keep JoJo.
It wasn't even JoJo's show. Remember, it was Angela. And when JoJo came, we all end up liking JoJo better anyway. Keep JoJo.
Because he's very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
His interaction with everybody is genuine. The whole time that Creed is filling Vanessa in about the mess with Sequoia and Denise, and she was sitting there pretending like she didn't know. I was like, she knows. It's written all over her face. I was like, she knows about this. How do you not know? As invested as she is in every relationship that Angela gets herself into, now all of a sudden she's like, who is this girl? She can't come around. Why not? You're not around. What difference does it make? I don't really think we should be counting Sequoia out just yet.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
She's JoJo's daughter. What else? What, I want to see some more.
And JoJo's a big thing, so we're not cutting her out, and she got talent.
Okay. Wait.
And
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the baby daddy is the same dude that used to go with Tiana Taylor. And
that's
the
what
girl,
they said.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting story. Like, take Angela out the scenario.
But let's look at here. Vanessa, you might not know who he is. She don't tell you nothing. She don't. Like she fall madly in love. She be in
it. She doesn't, but she puts it on the internet. So she and Vanessa want to know. So she be getting all the information.
She be on the internet. But I mean, she get with them and it be done and over with before Christmas.
It's a story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess that was just a way to bring the girl on the show. She could have just came on the show as JoJo's daughter. I would have been more interested in that, but I call bullshit. I was looking at Vanessa like, girl, stop. You don't even have a good poker face. It was looking like, what? Who is she? Who is this girl? Girl, stop.
Girl, stop.
Mm-hmm. So we move over to JoJo and Denise. They share with the little girl that she's gonna have a baby sister. JoJo was telling her, like, you're gonna have to chill. Like, I should not have to drag you out the showcase. So yeah, we know. I like Denise and JoJo though, so but and that's what he was supposed to say.
And little girl's cute.
She looked just like JoJo.
She do.
I was looking at her, I was like, she don't look like, she looked like her daddy, but she's cute like her mama.
She looked like a Simmons.
Yeah, she does. She looked like Yep.
She looked like Vanessa
She
now.
looked like Vanessa now.
If you would have put her with Vanessa, I would have thought that was Vanessa daughter.
Yeah. Like Vanessa. Okay, so down to the shits.
Down
Trish,
to
Tyran,
it.
and Sean meet up at an empty bar.
Here we
Trish
go.
chose Tyran doing things like these niggas is doing things like girls do. I was like, shut the fuck up, Trish, because niggas is bitches. Clearly. Because y'all have to have a meeting.
And it's a bitch that started all of it, Sam.
Sam is that bitch. Sam, speaking of which, and his receding hairline into the room. Tretch and Tyran's body language was saying something to me that I was like, okay. Tretch is literally tolerating this dude because he doesn't want to
mess up his relationship.
Right. And I understand what that feels like. It sucks when your child is dating somebody that you don't like. And you don't, I mean, what you gonna say? You're not gonna, Egypt is not listening to nothing that they say. So I kind of, everybody's like, why would Tretch, why doesn't he step up? And I think this was his way of stepping up in a way that I feel like he's trying to stay enough in it so he knows what's going on without, pushing her away. Because that's a weird situation to have your kid in. But it was real interesting. So when Sam walked in the door, he came in doing his Sam thing, hey, Pops. And, Tyran made this face, the camera caught it. He made this face here we go with this nigga. Hey, Pops, I want to borrow that hat. That was so funny. Trish looked at him like, I shouldn't even be here right now. I could be doing 1,000 different things besides. What did he say? I ain't no damn counselor.
And he should have been. They should have got somebody there that knew how to mediate because he did a horrible job mediating.
He wasn't mediating, but I feel like, okay, so Sean walks in the door, and Tretch's reception, the way he received Sean was completely different. He got up out of his seat, he gave him a hug, he dapped him up, and I was like, yeah, when Sam walked in, he turned around a little bit, and I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
So maybe his interaction with Sean, it was more, they probably kicked it more at TT house.
They kicked it and they had a conversation.
Yeah.
And they set Sam's ass up and he fell straight for it. He was sitting there kicking back shots, drinking drinks. I was like, he got another drink. They were not drinking. They were sitting there and he was in there hitting the shots, and I was like, this is how you want to be drunk doing an important conversation. I was like, they already had a conversation about this, Tretch and Sean. The way they received Tretch received Sean made me feel like they had more of a conversation, like you said.
They did off camera, and it wasn't his whole demeanor like when he was first talking shit about Sean. He found out that the story wasn't really like that. How they had put it out there originally, Sean jumped in the whole conversation. And
not just that, Sean ain't had nothing to do with none of this shit. None of it. Y'all, I feel like Sean is probably I can't even believe I gotta sit down here and have this conversation about this shit when it has nothing to do with me at the end of the day. They talk back and forth. Trish shut this clown down a couple times. He tried to turn up. Sean said, I want to ask you 3 questions. He said, did you have anything to do with the rumor? Sam said no. He said, did you believe Tahira was in love with you? And he said no. I was like, him and Trish already talked about that because that's where that shit started. So you walked around telling everybody that TT was trying to get with you. And now you saying, nah, that wasn't, you did not believe
and
that.
Pepper was co-signing it. And Egypt was very upset about that. And that was the rumor that started the shit. Because
that's what started everything.
Yep. I feel like that's when she was done with TT.
I was like, that was so smart. How they asked us, how he asked us questions. And then Sam is trying so hard to impress Tretch
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
he fell, I was like, he fell right for the bait.
And he didn't have nothing to do with that rumor with Dawn. That was Pep doing that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even know Dawn like that. You know,
No,
that was
no.
Pep.
But
That
they
was
knew
Pep.
that. But at the end of the day, you're the one that started all this shit. All of it.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't even be no problem. And Sean looked at him and said, look at me when I'm talking to you.
He sure did. That was some real gangster shit right there.
I was like, I like this dude. I like him. I like him better than I like TT. I was like, Tresh was like, my man. It's like, he didn't say that when Sam walked in the door, but I digress.
And Sam got the snitching. He got a half-ass snitching on Pep. He was like, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I said, oh, he over here snitching? Yeah.
That's because he
oh my God.
The alcohol got him talking.
Yeah. Sam gonna say he wanted to be family. Trish was like baby steps.
Shut up. You doing
that's
too
not
much.
gonna happen. Yeah. That's not about to happen.
He's looking at you like, I don't like you, ass. So,
right.
It's sad because I don't think Sam is going anywhere anytime soon, Stretch, so you're gonna have to figure it out. Back at the hotel, all three of the bad wigs sit down to have a conversation. I was like, oh, at least Egypt got her wigs wasn't as bad as that, but I was like, what in the ugly hair is going on here? TT looked like the mannequin, the brown mannequin in the wig store. The beauty supply store with the part.
I want her to quit trying to look like her mama. I want her to get out of that. I don't know what that's about.
This was the dumbest shit, I think. And never, ever, ever am I gonna sit down and have a family conversation about any of that shit that they just that was a lot. These people like the Braxtons and the sister meeting and all that, y'all kill me with that shit. This had to be my favorite thing of the night. I can't wait to pull this one on someone, Siri, and set the clock for 60 minutes.
Oh my God.
It just got an hour. I don't blame TT. She's like, I was so done with this shit. Like last year, when
I'm doing this for my mama.
My mother wants this to happen. Y'all got an hour. That's it. That's all. They looked at her like, what? Egypt was like, well, I know you got a time, but I got a lot to say. You better get that shit said.
She ain't had shit to say though.
She had nothing to say. She has something to say. She don't know how to spit it out, I guess. And I mean, Egypt is a whole fifth grader. She
said, I never had any issues with nobody ever. And she blaming TT for it. I'm like, could your issues be because you've been with Sam? Like your issues started.
No, it's never gonna be like Siri, never mind. Give these bitches 20 minutes. I was looking at the thing like, how much longer do I have? Because
first of all, they walked in the room acting funky at hello. You know, at hello. They came in looking stank, not speaking. So yeah, her mind was like, all right, y'all got 1 hour.
Especially Egypt. Like she's so immature. I don't know what Pep is talking about. She's sitting there like, do you want to go there? Do you want to go there? I was like, go where? What is she talking about?
Do you want to go there?
I never know what Pep is talking about. Like she's always like over here somewhere on another planet. No wonder why Egypt can't get her words out. We had a real quick little meetup, not even a meetup, another FaceTime with Twist and Bree. Twist was just giving Bree some feedback about, what they said about her at the showcase and the little situation that popped off with TT, with Tanise and the Koya chick. Bree said, she said, you don't mess with the Simmons. And I'm like, Bree, when this shit started, when you the one coming for Angela?
You got to team up with somebody because the Peppers It's not.
They're no longer on
and
her
ain't
side.
nobody messing with the Simmons. Evidently.
Ain't nobody messing with them. Like, don't mess with the Simmons because they're scary.
No, don't mess with the Simmons because they running this other half of the show. So if you got the Peppers on one end of the show and you got the Simmons running the other half of the show.
Well, that's clear because everything like the Simmons, they just do whatever they want. And they never paint them in a negative light. They always get them like in a light where they're, you know, a positive role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even with that little situation with JoJo and the police, it was all on some, you know, profiling. It wasn't because he did something.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of the Simmons, we go on to Angela's photo shoot. She's once again out somewhere butt ass naked. I don't understand why her narrative like is, well, I'm single now, and I don't know if my ex-boyfriend would care, you know, if I did this. Yeah, he would care, but he's your ex-boyfriend, so now he probably doesn't care.
Right.
But yeah, if he was your boyfriend, he would care. That's why Vanessa can't do a photo shoot with your ass, because her man said no, she's not doing it.
Right.
She thought about it. She looked at the
outfits be very, very skimpy. You know, it'd be very.
If I had the body for it, would I do it as a single person? Maybe.
I understand that, you know, I don't know if modeling or whatever is her thing. I don't know what it is. She just come across, I wouldn't even be mad if it wasn't the same story every damn
all the time. All the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she got a nice body and everything, but where's the substance?
I guess she was low key, like, cause she threw her little, you know, plug in there. So I guess if she mentions these people, you know, that's what she do. If she's mentioned these swimsuit people,
just like she mentioned,
she get paid for it.
Navy.
Yeah. So that part I get. I mean, yeah, she look good in a swimsuit, and I do it or don't do it. Would I feel comfortable? Maybe. I don't know. I don't have a body like that to be you know,
I just like hope you know.
If it was like, if I had the body to do it and the company was paying me to do it, and it was like a real, like she did have a real photographer and all of that, not a selfie with your camera. If it's about me getting paid to promote the suit and I'm gonna look good in it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But that's what it's like. Is daddy gonna approve of it? No, daddy is not. And don't nobody want their daddy looking at their calendar. I'm assuming he's not looking at her calendar, her Instagram, or none of that. That's nice.
But I just feel like their personalities kind of switch. Like when they were younger, when you first started watching,
Vanessa was doing lingerie modeling. Yeah.
And Angela was more business sense, more down to earth. And I think that's why everybody fell in love with Angela back then, because she was more like the home girl. But now to me, she's coming across like a straight airhead. I was like, I don't know if you think it's just because it's cute or you just like the attention that you're getting from the boys. But I mean, I'm saying boys, but shoot, you what? How old is she now?
She in her 30s.
I'm just saying, I mean, you could do it for a while, as long as you do it, but after a while, that's not, regardless, the kids is coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess
the generation is going.
Yeah, in a minute, your Vanessa's daughter gonna be
absolutely
16 or whatever. But I guess I don't really have a problem with, if, like you said, if that's what her thing, she's branded and people are paying her to do that. She's a, what do they call it? Influencer. I guess influencers make a lot of money, but she don't have nothing else going on. And
nothing. That's my whole
like,
thing.
I would put the swimsuit on for money. Why are you doing it to make some nigga jealous that you're not? But that seems to be
her whole thing. Her whole everything. As soon as somebody make her mad, she go get naked. She's doing the same thing with Romeo. She's doing the same thing with Bow Wow. That's her go-to. And it's just like, you used to have something, used to be the tennis shoes. I think she was doing like the little board thing.
Right. So she had all of that stuff still going on, then it wouldn't seem so weird. It seems like all she does is sit around and think about, you know, and it's always somebody that's gone. Like, that's a wrap. He's gone. If you doing it because you're trying to attract the next nigga, I guess so. But I don't know. I just wish she was doing something else because,
Yeah.
like you said, I'm good on her swimsuit photo shoots.
Every
and I can't wear that little bitty thing anyway, so they didn't sell me nothing. And then the other one that she wanted Vanessa to put on was a turtleneck. I don't want a turtleneck swimsuit either. Like, what is that gonna look like?
That's stupid.
So back to these niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Trish said just be cordial. That's all you gotta be, because you know the girls are the ones beefing. I don't know, you know.
We ain't got to do that as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
when Sean came in that bar and dapped him up, I was like, I don't think I would have been able to do that. I guess that's the difference between men and women, because you know, I would not have been able to do that. I would have walked in and at best been able to give him a, I see you, nigga. That's it. That's all I would have had. Like,
yeah.
God, you can't be in my personal space. I'm sorry, y'all. The thing with the glasses is just something you have to get used to. I can see, but I can't read. So glasses come on and then they come off. Until I get contacts, that's just what it's gonna be. The ladies are arguing. So here's this argument. Back off with the glasses because I don't need to read this part. Egypt said that TT ruined her reputation.
Mm-hmm.
What was her reputation? I'm with TT. What was the reputation? Before I ruined it, what was it?
Pep little daughter.
I never heard of Egypt before this show. So
it was, and here's the thing, didn't they start the show at the same time? No, TT came some seasons after. But even before that, we didn't really see her. Like when
because she was underage and all of them were grown, and so there was only so many things that she could do. She couldn't.
So when her story started coming, it was when Pep had wrote the book, and that's when you started seeing her. But at the same time, that's when you started seeing TT.
Sam, yeah, and then TT came in. TT became friends with Brianna and with Vanessa because they're the same age,
right? And she was a baby.
And so her whole thing was, I'm a woman now. I'm grown. Like she makes an announcement every season how she's a woman now. She's a woman now. I think the thing is, unfortunately for her, she was just way younger than everybody else.
But even then, when she was way younger, her story was that the little boy was whooping her tail, and Pepper and them wasn't doing nothing about it. The first boyfriend.
Right, he was abusive.
That's what your story was.
And she was supposed to go to school, but she did not go to school because she wanted to do music.
Yep.
And then as soon as Sam came in the picture, we didn't really see her do music. And I remember she was doing a photo shoot and Sam was trying to take over and Pep was not liking that. Like she used to not be feeling that shit. And then, I don't know, he got her high and she changed her mind. I don't know what happened to make Pep split to be so supportive.
His own daddy came on the show and was like, this ain't the dude that you want around your daughter.
Your daughter. And
his daddy.
We see that.
Said his whole family didn't mess with Sam. Nobody. Sam was an outcast to the family because he had did so much shit to them that nobody wanted to do.
Nobody would be bothered with him. Yeah. Well, and so what did she do? Let him move in her house.
Gotta be the pills.
I don't know, because for some reason, to me, Pep has been way more confusing this season than in past seasons. Like, she's always been annoying, and you're like, why is she with these kids? But I always like, I never honestly know what she's saying. I'm always like, so she doesn't talk in complete sentences. You know, she does a lot of, blip, blip, blip. And I'm like, what the fuck is blip, blip? I don't know. I don't know what Pep is talking about. She's on some really, off energy. Don't know what it is. I don't know that the lady's medicated, but she's sure acting like it. Like you said, she acting like Kathy over there in Beverly Hills. Like shit that comes out of her mouth is real confusing. Yeah. Egypt was one step away from kicking and screaming on the floor. So your problem is TT came on this show and people liked TT and nobody likes Sam. Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. You're trying to make it seem like TT turned people against you. Yeah, that's not what happened.
She said TT had all of her
followers.
Her followers, yeah. And I'm like, maybe they just like TT. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you can blame TT all you want. It's Sam. We don't like Sam. And if I gotta follow you and all I got to see is Sam, then I don't want
I
to.
don't want to. I don't want to. And there's nothing that she does without Sam. They had to beg her to do this darn performance without Sam, and she still didn't because he performed. You know, he might as well have just been on the stage then.
And then she was sitting up there singing to him.
This is the thing, though. I feel like let that girl, like, I know it's hard, but you gotta let her, because I think she likes that shit. I think she likes all that weird shit Sam is doing. I don't know who's boys, girls, and transgender or whatever else they got going on over there, but I think they like it, both of them.
Right.
And to be honest, like, I don't really give a shit who Sam is sleeping with. That's not the issue.
We go into the after party. We'll talk about a little bit about what Tasha Kane them was talking about.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I mean, for the most part, that's it. They wrapped that shit up to Egypt threw his tantrum, and TT felt for her and was like, okay, she's getting way too worked up. Siri said, I got 15 minutes left, so let's. And
then we find out, though, that this whole rumor thing, right? That he whatever was in 2018, y'all.
When they first started dating. Like we said.
Up from 2018.
Like we said, y'all making it seem like this shit happened because the way y'all told the rumor, she over there had his baby and he around here cheating. I figured that. I was like, something happened in the beginning, and everybody said it. Whatever they went through, you know, they
worked it out. Right. I'm sorry.
Pep was like, she was like, baby, you must be talking to spirits. We were even in Jamaica at the same time. In 2018, and Pep was like, yes. So she was like, when we first started dating, okay.
Now you look stupid.
And she probably didn't use the word cheating because in 2018, maybe they probably weren't like officially something.
It don't ever really be official when it first started off.
First start. So she probably was like, I don't know if I want to mess with him because he out here doing this and doing that and he ain't serious.
Right. Donna went and got Dawn and then told Dawn some mess.
Dawn couldn't wait to have her debut.
They got to put her little wig and stuff on her. Got one of Pep's wig.
From 2018.
And when TT said to Egypt, she was like, tell me one thing I lied about. She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She could not.
Well, and then they went back to a long time ago when they had that conversation, and she told her then, like, I love you, but me and Sam, I'm not fucking with him.
She didn't lie about it. She said it.
She said that. But everybody feels that way. You putting it all on TT, and everybody, I feel
and
like
your mama was hauling ass to get to Vegas to stop that wedding.
Stop the wedding.
Running to get there. So, okay.
But now Jamaica is her dream.
Okay, well, dream on.
Used to be Vegas when y'all was down to the Elvis chapter.
That's what right. I'm sorry, TT, I will have nothing to do with them again.
I wouldn't either. She's not. I don't think she is. At the end of the day, Egypt is still mad. You know, she's still like, you know, because Sam put it in her head that TT tried to take my spot. This is my legacy. I'm a queen. I was like,
she said she was blessed to come out of her mother's womb.
I'm blessed to come out of mine too. Y'all just blessed to be royalty. Coming out of the cooch.
Child.
But I mean, okay, yeah, you're her daughter, but TT's not like a friend of the family. She's also related to, you know, let church tell it. Y'all were like sisters. You grew up like sisters. So why does that?
Because they grew up more like that was your mama. If you honestly want to know, TT, let's roll it back.
Was taking care of
in the streets. TT was more like her mama.
Word, yeah.
Her mama to say, I don't like this boy, it made more sense because the one who is your bio could care less. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the pills rolling. But the really
And I
care
think
about
she's one of
you.
those that she wants to be friends with her daughter.
Yeah, she want to be friends. The one
She hanging out at the party. She up there arguing with Boogie.
Yeah, but even with Boogie, the one who care about him, his daddy was like, "Don't give my son no more alcohol." And
Right.
saying that either. You know what I'm saying? So the ones who really trying to get y'all straight, you know, you don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear it.
She just want to be your friend. She ain't raised them.
Well, I think TT's done with it. TT's like, I'm not, because at this point, she's probably like, I'm not about to let y'all mess up my relationship. Now he put up with this bullshit this time, but ain't nobody gonna keep having no conversations with. At the end of the day, Sean was probably like, I got to be trenched, like that's my nigga now, and
correct,
blah like that. But yeah, nothing was resolved. They sat up there, and you know, I think TT's mother is very much about saving face, because every time you bring up Sean cheating, she want to shut that down with the quickness. She don't want to have that conversation. You know?
I mean, it is what it is. She's some kind of high up wherever over there anyway. So
they have faces to put on for the people.
Yeah. But whatever, y'all not invited to the wedding, and I ain't got to come to yours. So there we are.
Good. Yeah, I don't see that. You know, nothing was resolved. But in order to end the conversation, the men came back in the room. Everybody sat down. Church bounced. Church was probably like, I've had enough. I'm done. I did what the people said that I needed to do, and there you go. And then Sam want to try to apologize. He's so creepy and phony, and if I did anything to hurt you in your face, even the TT's mom was like, all right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. TT, each of us gonna have to fall on that sword. Because Sam is gonna end up messing her up, and then she gonna come back looking dumb, but that's gonna be her mama fault and her daddy.
Well, speaking of, let's get on into Miss Tasha K and where she found.
Well, child, Tasha K did this interview, and she had an after party, so I watched the after party too.
I did not watch the after party.
I just found it, like, it wasn't on last night.
Yeah.
But she said when she initially reached out to Egypt, the interview was only supposed to be with Egypt.
Just her.
She told them that they did not want Sam there. And Sam, she had to have Sam there. And they said, okay, he could be there, but he can't talk. He could be there, but we don't want him to be the one taking over the conversation, taking over the interview. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he can't help it. He couldn't even sit, like he made sure he was sitting in front of her, because they weren't even sitting like that at first. At first she was sitting in front, and then he was like, I can't with the sun in my eyes. So then he made it where he was in front and she was in the back.
It started off about little background of her, and
Tasha K totally Judge Mathis that shit. You know how when Judge Mathis started out and be like, so tell me the story. And then when the commercial comes back, he'd be like, ma'am.
All day. She kept it cute at first. She let them get their little backstory out. And then Tasha hit them with because they brought up him having a relationship with him having sex with a transgender.
Well, first she asked them if they were platonic, and Tasha K, you're gonna need to learn the difference between platonic and monogamous. Because platonic means they're just friends.
Yeah.
She kept saying that. And, I mean, I knew what you meant, but
yeah. And they said they were. And she said she knew about that whole situation. And he taught her all of that day one. Okay. And so she did ask him, was he into men?
Isn't that a lot to say on the first day?
That would have ran me away.
I mean,
the fact that he told you that on the first date and you didn't run from that?
Like, I'm not telling you about any of my sexual encounters. I just don't understand why that would be a thing that you would tell somebody on the first day.
Because they're lying. They're lying. That conversation was not. They didn't have plenty of time to practice what they were going to say.
And then she says she runs his OnlyFans. She runs his OnlyFans. She runs his other thing. I don't know. Why is she running his account?
What is you doing though?
Working for Sam.
Right. You running his this and he running that. You supposed to be the star. You was the one who was blessed to come out of this woman's womb. So why are you running his stuff?
Well, she did a video of that song. He's not in it. It's her dancing around a bikini. And I still don't know what the song is about. And I watched the video.
Well, he said it's only with Egypt, and that was in the past. It's just nobody else is in their relationship. And then she hit him with the bomb. She said, Egypt, I'm finna send this to your phone. He didn't know what was coming. Okay. And it was the lady, what was her name?
Mia or something with an M. I don't know.
Yeah, little Beyonce looking girl.
You think that girl looked like Beyonce?
No.
Yeah. No. I personally think
she looked like Beyonce. I've been drinking. She had that wig on.
Maybe that's what she was going for.
Yeah.
I don't want to be offensive. I just think that she's very obviously transgender. I don't think that's something that he was confused by. You know exactly what you were getting yourself into. And this is the thing. I don't even care if he likes it. Like, he likes it, Egypt likes it, that's all fine and good.
But the thing is that you were saying that you wasn't.
You're saying that you're not.
I don't think Egypt knows about this girl. I think this was something he was doing, and he was saying that he's been just with her.
He has her brainwashed though. Like, he could tell her anything, because all she's gonna say is no. That was just, they got the pictures of his OnlyFans, and
so that's what they said. That's what he do.
Maya, whatever her name is, she was suspect too. Like, she was on some bullshit. But I feel like Sam definitely was there though. But
that's what they said though. He sends them pictures from his OnlyFans. So if he get caught, he'll say that's
where it came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart. Why do you need to take a new dick pic? You already got some already out there.
Here you go. The whole thing is, which we already know, because he verified that he is 28, and he got her digmatized. That's all it is. She was a young girl. She probably, if she did, the last one that was beating on her, wasn't making her feel like this, because he a grown man. That was a little kid.
Well, and clearly he's a freak, so he's probably into doing some things that.
And they said the baby mamas all said that his game was on point. They hate him, but his game was on point.
Well, I never, ever, ever, ever want to run into any of that. I couldn't get past the devil.
And it was funny, because you said him is receding hairline. Well, yeah, he almost 30.
He's almost 30.
His hairline
explains that, yeah.
Yeah. So, but he got so mad. He was like, is this what you're coming here to talk about? Well, this interview was going to be over. He shut the camera down.
He got lawyers, and they're on top of this.
He always talking about he going to send somebody. He said
that. He also said he made 6 figures. I made 6 figures.
Pep done gave you 6 figures. Don't say it too loud. You make, okay, baby mamas.
Get your money. He said he made his 6 figures.
That's what he said. Get it, baby mamas. Because we know he ain't over there paying like that.
Well, yeah, Tasha ambushed him. And the whole conversation was like, what are you into? Are you gay? Are you straight? I don't think it really matters, because nobody gives a shit, including Egypt. She's okay with all of that. And that's all fine and good, because, in this day and age, people are into whatever they're into, and I don't care. But I do think there's some serious manipulation going on. And
I think Egypt looked visibly upset, and she was trying to change her facial expression.
She was definitely taken off guard. She didn't know.
She was.
What?
She was.
Well, girl, that's how things happen. But at the end of the day, aside from who Sam is sleeping with, you got this dude living in your mama's house, introducing him to your family. Your circle don't like him. Nobody's fucking with Sam. He used to have friends, or he always claiming he rolling with this one and rolling with that one. I haven't
Ain't seen him rolling with nobody.
Anyone. Yeah, so next time Tasha K calls, don't answer unless you know you certified, because she's coming to get juice. You didn't think she really just.
That's what she said. She said, "But that's what I am. I am a gossip blogger. That's what I do."
Well, and it wouldn't have went that way if you would have just let Egypt do the interview. If you would have just let Egypt do the interview, then it wouldn't have went like that.
Nope. He know Egypt can't do that because she get to talking like her mama and trying to explain stuff. So
she can't explain because she can't, like her mother, get full sentences out.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all, that's it. That was the finale. No,
that's all.
Hopefully we won't have to discuss this situation anymore. I think it's time for Angela and Vanessa to go. And let's see who else was growing up hip hop, because it's time for a reboot. I mean, you know what I mean? It's time.
I like, or at least, like you said, Sequoia. Let's get to know more.
Let's get to know more.
Bree came on real tough too, like that, and she ended up being one of the favorites.
And let's bring Bree and Twist back to the show.
Please.
Like, come on,
please.
This whole remote taping recording is stupid.
Yeah, we don't like that.
So that's it, y'all.
All right.
See the finale. We're done with this until next season. And thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that. Drop down in the comments and subscribe to our channel. Bye, y'all.
Bye.